All right, we got a Frigidaire unit. Board lives underneath. We have the board pulled out. Going over a few things, so this could help you with your unit. Now, the problem is the unit is not cooling and we're getting the high temperature. So keep in mind, if you have the unit running, it's been running for a few days, weeks, whatever, and you open it up and the fridge is warm, basically both compartments are warm, then you're dealing with something that is compressor related or refrigerant related. Keep that in mind. So just gonna do a quick walkthrough. Okay, right now it's set at 36 and it is definitely not 36. Temperature is totally warm. High temperature was on, I just cleared it. So the unit is not running. Freezer, same way. Now, your fridge is cooled by your freezer. So the cold air is pulled or pushed up and the warm air is pulled down to be cooled. Then it returns up in these areas. This fridge is actually fairly new. R600, and look at the date, it's actually not old, 11/23. So it's really sad that these models are actually just being made so poorly that you can spend a lot of money on a fridge, and within a couple of years it's dead. All right, so let's go to the back. I want to kind of show you what to look for if you're dealing with this. Now, what you want to pay attention to, you want to make sure that you have airflow, that you can feel some airflow blowing from the vents. Make sure you don't have any ice building up. You can remove all of these and check all back there. But if you're room temperature, meaning fridge is room temperature, 70 degrees, freezer, I can't open it because the thing is there, but freezer the same way, temperature, you're dealing with something that is not easily dealt with the normal person. So let's go to the back. I want to show you what to look for. And you want to pay attention to your condenser fan. That's a good sign. Your compressor, you can hear it. It's running. It's warm, which is all good. That's your inverter. That means it's getting power from the board to power the compressor. So everything is functioning the way it should. Now, this is an R600 model. It's an isobutane, highly flammable, lighter fluid basically. So be mindful if you're doing any repairs. Now, this is your condenser, and this is the part that takes the heat from your food, and this should be warm. So if this is warm and this is pulling the warm from your food inside the refrigerator, this also should be warm. If this is cold, you have a restriction, a lack of refrigerant, and the compressor is pumping, but it's not pumping anything. So you're not going to get any cold. Now, I want you to pay attention to these joints. Whenever you see these joints on a refrigerator, be very cautious. Now, some companies are starting to braze. Now, brazing is that, okay? And they are brazing, but a lot of them are still doing that, and they're leaking. So, first thing you want to do is come back here. If you can wear a glove, but I don't know, whatever you want to use, but get your finger under here, and we're checking for leaks. Glove is dry. Don't worry about that finger. And we're going to check and see if there's any oil. Look at that. You see that? That's a leak. Let's check some more. See that? Dry glove. See that? So we have a leak. I'm not going to repair this unit. I'm going to use it for parts. Maybe do a video on it, on the teardown, how everything works. But brand new valve. This unit was actually in the garage. It was never actually used inside the house. So it's actually pretty sad, really. Such a young fridge to be dead already. This one's because, you know, you can't do anything other than, look at that, you see the oil still?
It's still coming,
yeah. Yeah, it's still coming up. Oh yeah, these joints, I'm not sure why they are. So, if you're dealing with that, and you notice you have a leak there, you basically, you know, have to make a decision. Now, I will offer a small suggestion. If you're in a tight situation where you can't afford another fridge and you're trying to get your fridge up and running, I'm not going to do a video to show you, but you can put a piercing valve here, okay, or here, and what you're going to do, make sure it's nice and tight. There's videos on people doing it. We normally braze, but you don't have to do any crazy thing. It's a piercing valve. You can look it up and just put it there. Order a can of R600. Now, you do have to fix the leak here, and I will list or link the epoxy that I recommend. In fact, if this fridge was working, I would clean this well and use the epoxy on it. I can link one of my videos in which I actually did that to one of the, I think it was a freezer, and I used the epoxy, and it when it's done, it's hardened. It's just super like rock. So once this is sealed, you can now add your refrigerant. Now, if you're going to add refrigerant, you have to add just a tiny bit. Do not add the can, and you're just going to have to add just a little bit and let the fridge be for an hour or two, then go back and check it and see if it's reaching temperature. That's just if you're in a bad situation where you can't hire someone to do the job correctly, and it might get you by, you know, for who knows. So right now the compressor has pulled moisture in, and it's just a matter of time. So that is not the way to do the repair, but if you're in a bad situation, that's what you have to do. You got to do what you got to do, or get another fridge. All right, but she's a leaker. We're not going to repair it. It's a parts fridge. Let's go back inside, and I want to see how much refrigerant this thing probably, maybe 1.5 ounces or 2 ounces. They don't take a lot. Model number. Yeah. Oh, power outage. High temperature hasn't kicked in yet. So refrigerant is normally over here on the left. Yeah, 2 ounces. So not a lot. See that? So if you're gonna do something like that, take your time. I don't recommend it per se, but listen, you're in a tough spot. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, I want to add something else, guys. Pay attention, open the door. If you have to remove some stuff, go ahead. Now stick your head back here and listen. Hopefully you heard. So lack of refrigerant. Unit is empty. Thanks for watching.